Hey folks, welcome back to the Wooden Pebble. So, like I mentioned before, fonts. Fonts are my pain point right now. The script we're using has some fairly fine details. Some of the swooshes and connections are very thin. And the 1.5 millimeter bit that I have is just a bit too large. So in some of the other testings I was doing, I sort of lied about the bit to the machine. I told it was a 1 millimeter, and that did okay, except for telling it was 1 millimeter actually was changing the outline also of all of the other letters. Not really what you want, and it did look a little odd. Maybe it was just odd to me because I knew what I expected it to look like, and then it didn't look like that. But nevertheless, it looked odd. So after doing some reading and poking around, I finally figured out how to get around this problem. I will be ordering some other bits that hopefully will lessen the impact, but I'll have to be doing more bit changes during that. So anyway, let's get into this. So what I have here is Robin's Roost. I think this font is Black Sail or something like that. I don't really recall. But anyway, these little swoosh marks that are in here and the connecting upticks are where normally the problem comes in. So let's real quick go over to toolpaths here. And let's see, we have an empty toolpath. What is that supposed to be? Huh, okay. My bad. We'll just do another one here real quick. Okay, so I'm doing the 1.5. Yep, okay. So 1.5, let's take a look at it and see where we're finding lacking. Okay, so like if we were looking at this little area, I'm not super concerned about that one because it's fairly small and it's still going to be a little bit outside the line. So in reality, it'll probably cut it off like right there. Okay, so we're not super concerned about ones like that. The areas of concern for me, just looking at this one right now, would be here, because it would not connect to the S to the T. This long missing part and this long missing part over here. Okay, so let's go take a look at these and see how to edit the font and get that toolpath to continue up in there. Hold on. And just so you guys can see maybe a little bit better, I don't know if this will show from that distance. So let's see. There we go. Zooming, zooming, zooming. Alright, so each one of these blue lines, of course, is a toolpath, just in case anybody didn't know. And we want this toolpath to continue all the way up here and maybe even connect with this toolpath over here, just like we want this little toolpath to connect all the way up to there. So in reality, we want, and this is going to look horrible because I'm drawing this freehand with a mouse, we want that toolpath to run something like that, okay, and then this toolpath to be extended. Yep, drawing by mouse. I am not a skilled artist in that way at all. Awesome. Anyway, yeah, so you get the gist. I just want those toolpaths to extend out to there. Alright, so let's go take a look at it. Go back to the design. Now, because this is a font that we selected, we're limited in what we can do to it. Okay, we select one, we select all, right? It's no way to just select one of these. We can do like smoothing out the corners and edges a little bit, but that doesn't help what we're trying to do. So what we need to do is open up the text, and we want to use this one right here that says convert to curves. That's what we want. we want to go ahead and select that. And now if we unselect, you'll see that each one of these is now their own individual object, okay? Now in this, if you try to move a letter that has a component of 2 or more objects, you're gonna run into a little bit of a problem if you're not careful. See, so let's look at the S for an example, okay? Right now we have the object selected that would be like the outline. But if you notice, the inside of the S isn't selected. Let's see if I can get in there and select that S. Okay. Now we have the inside of that S selected, so that's another object, right? So if you need to move these once you've made this conversion, just make sure you grab all the pieces. But for now, since we've got it converted to an object, I'm going to select the outline, and then I'm going to go over here, and what we're looking for is this right here, okay? This extra little option that showed up once we converted it to a shape or a curve. So that's what we're going to select. Clean up my drawing here. Okay, select. Now you see it puts these little nodes down. Now these little nodes are a lot like Photoshop nodes, if you've ever played with Photoshop. When you're doing some of the line curves, when you select them, you'll notice that it has these little access bars, and you can twist it, you can extend it, you know, you can move these things around to adjust the curve of those lines. But we don't really want to adjust the curve of the line too much here. Oh, you also got to be careful of that. If you select the other letter, it will consider you to have completed your edit. We just want to pull these down a little bit. Let's see, so this will pull it down a little bit. Pull it down a little bit. All right, pull it down, pull it down. Okay. Now I think I might have pulled that down too far, so let's move that up just a little bit. Right, okay. Done. Toolpath. And see, now we're back to an empty toolpath again because we changed that object from a text to a curve. So let me go ahead and delete this one. Oh, getting ahead of myself. Pocket. And once again, we're 1.5. Okay, so now we've got this extended out a bit further, but you can still see it's not connecting. Alright, so we'll just go ahead and say okay to that because that'll keep updating this toolpath when we come back. And we're going to go back to edit. We're going to expand that out just a little bit further. Just a little bit further. Just a little bit further. Now you see this one, it's got some little weird bump in there. So I'm going to grab the other anchor point. We're going to just edit that just a little bit. Alright. I think that might be okay. Let's see what we got. Go back to toolpath. Okay, so now we're connecting all the way. But I don't like this huge area right here. Okay, because see, we've got this nice tight area here and big huge area there. So I'm going to go back and we're going to edit that again. So back to design, back to the edit, and we're going to pull this up just a touch. Alright, done. Back to toolpath. Okay, now this is better. This is better. I might edit it a little bit more to tighten up that line a little bit. But all we really needed was for this blue line to cross over into this T. Okay, and that will complete this entire path. So at this point, we could say we were done with that section of the S. Let's see. I'm going to go up here and do this one with you guys too real quick. Oh, and I moved it a little. Control Z is your friend. Alright. so let's see. Let's take this and expand it out. Expand that out. And expand that out. Done. Toolpath. Alright, that's a lot better, but let's do just a little bit more on this one, okay? A little bit more. A little bit more. Done. Toolpath. We're still not getting over there. Right. Ah, come here. Done. Toolpath. See, we're pinching together right here at this point, right? We can't get in there. Toolpath. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click, insert node. I'm going to add another node in here. Let's see if that got us there. Nope, still not there. Okay. This is the part that takes so long on trying to edit these things and try to get it to look just right. So anytime you want to think that you're not going to be spending time back and forth editing these little tiny nuances, think again. You're going to be doing this. It's if you want it to look nice and smooth, this is what you're going to have to do. Or go buy the itty bitty bits and wait for them to come in, I guess. Okay, that's better. Alright, so now we've got that extending all the way, we got that touching there, so I think we're pretty good on the S. I've got a lot more work to do on the rest of the letters. I'm not going to walk through the whole thing with you guys here, but after I'm done with the project, I'll upload another video showing you what the end result will wind up looking like. Alright, so hey, thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for joining me on this little journey, and I'm excited to see where all this goes. I hope you guys have a great day, and once again, thank you. Have a great day.